Hey guys, welcome to a playthrough that I've wanted to start for a while, but am finally starting it now. This is Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, for the Nintendo 64, from that golden era where 64 used to be in the name of every game. Not really, but in a good deal of them. So the darkness has spread over, is that Ripple Star? I think it's Ripple Star. And if you'll notice, those look vaguely similar to the main villain from the guy that was in the... Ooh, wait a second. I usually rely on save states just as a safety net. This is a Kirby game, however, 100%ing it can be a little tedious, especially if you make small mistakes. Then you have to redo long segments of levels. But y'all probably know this, but like, I am a big Kirby fan. Kirby's Adventure for the NES is one of my favorite games of all time. Oh wow, that's a sunrise. That was really cool. Level 1, Pop Star. This is one of the coolest like stage selects in any game. Just like, not that one with the crayon, although that is pretty cool. Ooh, wow, I'm actually using the D-pad on the N64 controller. That's unusual. One thing that I never loved about Kirby games is that he always walks kind of slowly unless you are performing a dash, and you usually have to double tap the button in order to do a dash. Now at first that's usually fine. Actually in this game it's pretty much fine. In Dreamland 3 it was more of an issue. In Adventure, it wasn't so much of an issue. But, yeah, as y'all know, I'm a big fan of just, like, Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, this game, Amazing Mirror. I kind of consider Kirby's Adventure, then Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, and 64 to be, like, one continuous series. Even though, like, Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, and 64 actually have somewhat of a connecting story if you only are looking at the final boss fights. Anyway, I have barely kind of talked about what makes this game special. It was the very first Kirby game that implemented 3D elements, and by 3D elements, it really just meant you are in a 2D platformer, but chicken butt. But you have basically like the path winds around and the camera goes ooh, and you have fully rendered like 3D environments. I am also trying to. Well, that didn't work. What you can do in this game, which was honestly so strange and convoluted, if you don't mind me saying so, was that the combination system of copy abilities, which I don't really need to explain in this video, because most people are familiar with this game. And if you're not, you're gonna be familiar if you watch this whole playthrough anyway, so I don't know. But yeah, this is a game I used to play a lot in middle school, I think. High school a little. And kind of haven't really played it in a while. I think it's a pretty underrated Kirby game. It's kind of a weird Kirby game, to be honest. I don't really think it's most people's favorite Kirby game. For a while I thought it was. just because it was super cool looking. And has the whole 2.5D aspect. Honestly, the graphics are beautiful in this game. Of course, now we have Forgotten Land, which I don't own, and I don't even own a Switch, but that was an amazing game. I beat that game in co-op with my friend, which was a lovely experience. I forgot the controls for a second. That tends to happen. God, you have a huge bump on your head. That's kind of gross. So gross, man. Here, I don't want bomb anyway. Good old Waddle Dee. He's a cool character. Yes. Good. So it's called Kirby 64 the Crystal Shards because the objective is to collect Crystal Shards. Who would have thought? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna, if anything, just have a save state button so I can save my progress in between recording videos. We have a picnic blanket. Hey, I managed to get all Crystal Shards for that level on my first try. Okay, give me 1 second. Was I in the middle of saying something besides Reaganomics? Ah, this is one of my favorite levels in the game. It's autumn, it's a forest, and it's great. Okay, first combolation ability in the game. Yeah, I guess that works. Rock and fire makes a volcano. Oh, the background glitched out for a quick second. What are these things even supposed to be? Yeah, you can throw your thingy. Oh, crap, hold on. Really? Dumb shit. Thank you. I had to remap the left button. It was pretty good. And I'm gonna have to remap my controls when I go back to doing Ocarina of Time. Because I use a different position on the controller, and therefore I have to use different buttons for my save state keys. But so far, so good. I can kind of quickly adjust to new control schemes, but it's always just kind of a muscle memory thing. I've been playing a lot of K's and the Wild Masks lately, which really only uses 2 buttons for the entire game. I mean, directionals, obviously. But it has a jump button and a dash button, and that's basically it. And yet still I tend to forget which one is which. Also, Kirby is Canadian. Because we're curling. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure Americans do curling too. Curling sounds like a dope sport, and it's just people make fun of it all the time because they're like, ho ho ho! You're just sweeping ice in front of a heavy thingy. It's 2 a.m. That's why my commentary is slightly silly. Oh, I managed not to die getting that shard. You'll notice that Kirby starts to sweat, and basically, in this game, like, Kirby can't hold his breath forever, and I guess that's the logic that he's not able to float forever. And that becomes a problem in certain puzzles, and kind of part of the puzzle mechanic mechanics of this game, although I'm not quite explaining it well, I don't think. Hey, we get our second possessed battle, and the leaves are popping in and out of each other. I don't know if that's just an emulator issue. What's your name? Adelaide? Do you have a different name as you were in Dreamland 3? Because I'm pretty sure you were in Dreamland 3 too. Dreamland 2 also. Not to be confused with the paint-themed mini-boss in Kirby's Adventure. This is really cool. The enemies here have like the colored pencil aesthetic, like the hand-drawn pencil mark aesthetic. Oh, the spider is really creepy. But yeah, the same aesthetic as they had in Kirby's Dreamland 3, which is super cool. Not sure what this one is supposed to be, but fun, yes. And then this dude is from, I believe, Dreamland 2 and 3. I had a lot of fun doing a playthrough of Dreamland 3. It was kind of the end of an era for me. And it was also the playthrough I did, kind of like the last playthrough I did for this channel before I graduated undergrad. And it was the last playthrough I actually recorded off of my TV before switching to PC and Mac pretty much exclusively. This was the boss from Dreamland 3, right? Yeah. I think this entire mini-boss is just a throwback to Dreamland 3. There's also Return to Dreamland, which I've always thought was a super cool game, and I've kind of wanted to own, but I still do not own. I've kind of shifted my focus away from, like... Let's see, can I damage you? No. Okay. Mandatory shard, yay. I haven't bought a lot of console games or played them recently just because my focus has been exclusively on Windows, Mac, and Mac. But I still do enjoy watching people play console games, and when I can, I always try to figure out how to emulate them. But, you know, I do still have a Wii. It's in pretty much working condition. You know, my N64 is still in working condition, even though the controller's a little crusty. Okay, we'll do... Oh, wow, first try. We'll do, like, the first half of this level. I don't know. So, this is Bomb. Bronco Burt. My favorite. What's Bomb and Bomb? Apparently I just suck. Why is the background glitching out? What's Fire and Cutter? Well, it's Salsa, because it's red and green. Get it? It's like New Mexico. Like, do you want red salsa or green salsa? I want it Christmas style. Because... red and green is Christmas. How did red and green ever become Christmas? Also, red and green is the name of, like, a musician that does a lot of Super Nintendo music for, like, Mario World hacks and stuff. They're one of my favorite musicians. Just, I guess, chiptune. Yeah, one of my favorite chiptune musicians. Discovered them through a Super Mario World ROM hack called Invictus, which is, like, along with Grand Poo World 2 and 3, like... Sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. Must be an eyelash. There we go, I got it. Yeah, along with Grand Poo World 2 and 3, definitely one of the coolest Kaizo ROM hacks of all time. But as you guys probably know by this point, I don't love frustrating games, so I don't play a lot of Kaizo games. I like games that are challenging but not punishing, which is always funny because I'm the opposite of, like, one of my best friends who, we're thinking about, like, going into game design together, but we're still kind of not sure yet. He's very much into Souls-like, and Dark Souls and Souls-like and whatever. What are you doing? Did you get an erect... I mean... Okay, I guess if you press, up on the oh. Does this just mean, shit. Bro got a boner. So yeah, green means you want to use the power that's associated with green. Let me see if I can... Yeah. You should be one of them. You are one of them. No, you're not. This... Is this saw up here one of them? I love this castle. It feels like something out of Paper Mario. Honestly. It's like this, Paper Mario, Ocarina of Time are all, like, awesome games that I grew up with. You know, Banjo-Kazooie. What do you mean? Why is that not working? We're gonna figure this out. What? Oh. Hi. Yes, I just noticed you. Oh, double cutter? I think double cutter should be good. Yes, I did see the background glitch out for just a second. But don't worry, this is not an analog horror. It's just a tiny little emulator glitch. You should see when I try to play Donkey Kong 64. There's a ton of just glitches that look crazy, but they don't really hinder my gameplay or enjoyment. In fact, they are honestly kind of awesome sometimes. What can I say? I'm a sucker for a good glitch. Yes? Okay. That's a relief. I'm relieved that that worked out, and I think that's gonna be the stopping point. But oh my god, I'm really excited that I'm finally recording this game. It's gonna be a fun trip, a fun ride. So hope you'll come along for the ride, but you gotta watch every episode. If you don't watch every episode, then you're not along for the ride. See ya.